Hello, it's Chatty Sparkly Runners, and we're here on another beautiful sunny winter's day.
Yeah, if you're a meteorologist, you've only got 2 days of winter to go. 1st of March is Tuesday.
We're looking forward to that.
It's lovely.
And this week, I want to change what we're going to do slightly, because we had a really good question in the group earlier on in the week, which was, okay, so I've learnt to run Chatty. Where do I go now? What do I do now? Okay.
And I said,
really good question.
And I said, I reckon off the top of my head, I could do at least 20 different types of sessions of runs.
So you're talking about
I'm not going to do all 20 now. How to vary your running.
That's what you can do next, is to vary your running. Once you've learnt to run Chatty, there's lots of other things you can do. Right, but I don't think we're going to do 20. Let's not do 20 today.
I reckon I can get to 30.
Oh gosh, that's
a challenge. But
perhaps people can help us actually with that.
We're just going to do.
Yeah, can we stop with about 3?
3. Okay. So so the first thing, once you do it.
So you're running Chatty.
You're happy running Chatty.
Yeah, say you've got 3 runs a week and you're running Chatty 3 or 4 runs a week.
Then.
What do you need to think about next?
Okay, so it's really cheating.
Is it?
Yeah, it is what I'm going to say, but I'm going to say it anyway. In that, if you just go out the same and run the same course or the same distance every day, your body will, or every time you go running, say you do 5k every time you go running.
Ooh, yeah, I'm feeling a bit sheepish here because I have a tendency to do that.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's lots of other people out there that do that.
Go out and you run the same distance every day, you will not improve as much as varying your distance.
Oh yeah, so why is that? That always puzzles me. Why?
Well,
why is that?
There are three sorts of run.
You're taking me on very narrow routes today. Where are we going?
So there are 3 different sorts of runs: a short run, a medium run, and a long run.
Well, that sounds simple.
So there's 3 for my 3 out of 30 to start with. So, to answer your question, why?
Yeah, why do you need to do that? Because it's very easy, isn't it, for me to go out?
Yeah.
Going to fit a run in. Okay, off I go.
I do my normal, because you don't have to think.
Do the same 45 minutes or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
you don't have to think, do you?
You don't have to think. But
so why should I vary them then?
You should vary it because your body likes variation. So you'll get a bigger training effect from the long run, and the very short run will allow you to recover. So in your week, you should at least have a long run and a shorter run. So obviously if you only train twice a week, I'm ahead of you.
Yeah, this is really challenging.
This is a very, very famous field now.
So Colin, what would be the, say 3 ideal?
Well, if you have just run 2 a week, you'd have to do 1 short and 1 long, wouldn't you? If you're going to
what do you mean by
distance.
short and what do you mean by long?
Well, it depends on what the person's going to say.
Yeah, let's talk about me, just going out and doing
an hour would be a long
45 minutes is my most at the moment.
Okay, so you do your long one would be an hour, and your short one would be 35 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what about a 3rd one then?
So
you're talking about a medium length one?
I'd have a medium one in between the 2.
We're going to have to stop. I'm going to walk through all this draw.
Okay.
So an hour's long one, a medium of
45, and a shorter one of 30-35.
Okay.
And that would, the 30-35 would help you to recover. And then I'd push up the long run. Would be the next thing.
So you've learnt to run Chatty, get your 3 different length runs, so that then you can increase the
so
run.
Say you were a 5-day-a-week runner.
Okay, we can run again.
If you were a 5-day-a-week runner, you'd have a long run, 2 mediums and 2 shorts. So you'd have an hour and a half, 2 hours and 2 lots of 35 minutes. And that would be really much more beneficial than going out for 50 minutes every time. Not only that's more interesting.
I was going to say, it is much more interesting,
yeah, because you know.
The thing is, if you go out and do the same every time you go out, what do? You tend to do the same route, don't you?
Yeah, and just do so vary it, because your body likes variation and it will adapt to all the different things you're giving it. If you just give it one thing, then it will just adapt to that one thing.
Yeah, so you might end up choosing a slightly hillier route on one of those runs.
You realise that we've come miles today round Farmer Tux's field.
Have we? There's no sign of Farmer Tux anyway.
No.
But what about sparkles? Let's forget those.
Yeah,
Chatty sparkly running.
Yeah, so obviously that's your fourth one, putting the sparkles in. So
what, for another extra run?
No. So I'm saying a type of run: a short run, a medium run, a long run, and a Chatty sparkly run is number 4.
Right. Okay. But if you're only going to do 3, like me.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's go to the person that runs twice a week. The longest run will be the long run. And I wouldn't put the sparkles into the long run because the long run is going to be hard enough.
And that needs to be really nice and gentle anyway,
yeah,
doesn't it?
Yeah, it should be super gentle, yeah.
Bit of walking at the start.
If you run twice a week, your longest run of the week is your long run, and the other run is the Chatty sparkly run. Yep.
Okay.
If you run 3 times a week, the long run is no sparkles because it's your long run. And you could put the sparkles into the middle bit. The middle run, you could put the sparkles. I would put the sparkles into the middle run and let the shorter run
just be a nice short recovery run.
You could,
the thing is, if you start putting sparkles into the short run, it tends to make it longer, I think, doesn't it?
Yeah. Okay. So that's what I would do. And then, of course, if you're 5 times a week, your long run's your long run. 2 medium runs can be Chatty sparkly runs, and 2 runs are recovery runs, and that's perfect.
There's plenty to choose from there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So basically, think about where you're going to do your sparkles. Don't sparkle in your longest run. Probably if if you have a shorter run, then leave that as a recovery session and do your sparkles in the other runs of the week.
Somewhere reasonably flat, because we'll go into hill sparkles next time.
Well, that's the 5th one.
That's the 5th one.
5th one, hill sparkles.
Can we do sparkling next week in more detail? Because there are so many different ways you can sparkle.
Yeah. Okay.
And I think people may not realise this.
Okay.
I think that's a video on its own.
Okay, so that's what we do.
So to start with, then you've got vary your length of runs.
Yes.
And add some sparkles.
Absolutely. So 5 different types of run done already out of my 30.
25 to go.
I don't think I'm going to get to 30, but never mind. Okay, so
long
run, shorter run, and if you do 3, you can have a medium.
Yeah.
Sparkles go into the medium if you have a medium, or the shorter one. Keep the long run as a long run. And then so you've got a Chatty sparkly run for your 4th one, and a sparkly hills for your 5th one, and we'll do those.
And we'll talk a bit more about that next week. That's a lot. That's quite a nice variety, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Do you know what I need to do? I need to make sure I do that next week.
Yeah.
And report back.
Yeah. Okay. And see how.
So thanks for watching, and don't forget you can find us on Facebook. All our videos go out there, as well as YouTube, and join our Facebook group. We're doing quite a few sort of interactive things on there.
Yeah, it's nice. Yeah.
We might ask you this week, how do you put your sparkles into your run? That would be a really good thing.
Yeah, that'd be nice. And we've been finishing off the Chatty sparkly book. I finished all the writing.
Yes, we have had a week of doing that.
And so we hadn't posted, but we've still got lots of new members joining, which is really nice. So people must be when we're not.
Yeah.
When we're quiet, there's obviously people still.
Yeah, I think people are recommending. So thank you for recommending and inviting people to join the group. And the more the merrier.
Yeah, absolutely. Brilliant. Yeah, brilliant. Okay, thanks a lot. See you next week. It will be next week.
It will be next week.
Not a fortnight.
Yeah. Okay.
Bye.